Hi everybody, Nick Tan here. Welcome back to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, where I do some magic and mentalism reviews. And on today's episode, we'll be having a look at this product called HIT, put out by Luke Jermay along with Vanishing Ink. So if you are back here, if you are already a subscriber, you're coming back to my channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for all the nice comments that you guys have had on my review videos. If you are a first timer here to my channel, welcome to the channel. Do leave me a thumbs up on this video and also click the subscribe button so that you can be notified of any new magic or mentalism reviews as and when I put them up on YouTube. So this is a product put out by Luke Jermay, and I have been a Luke Jermay fan for many years. Ever since, he came into the scene with his 7 Deceptions manuscript, and then subsequently there was Coral Fang, Building Blocks, and then all his other numerous releases, his DVD releases with Vanishing Ink as well, I believe. Along the way, I have picked up a lot from him. I use a lot of his thinking, I apply a lot of his ideas, use quite a bit of his material as well, bits and pieces of his material in my own show that I do, and his approach to performing mentalism is something that I find extremely inspiring, and in recent times as well, he's inspired me to continue my learning of the tarot. I'm excited to see where that takes me as well. But what is HIT? HIT is, the trailer is available online. You can have a look at the trailer. The full performance video is there, and it shows Luke performing the whole routine in its entirety. So from the video, you can already see that it is a blackjack kind of a routine, right? In fact, if I were to summarize the whole effect in just a couple of words, it would be something like a blackjack themed demonstration of psychological influence. You propose a game, a pseudo-staged game with your participant of blackjack, and they make some choices between 2 blackjack hands, and you reveal that you always get the winning hand. And as the routine progresses, you give them more and more freedom. They have exceedingly, progressively fairer and fairer conditions. They've got more and more control, which cards they want, and eventually you still show them that you have managed to win time and time again. So what do you get inside the package? The package comes like this in a black, quite stylish looking envelope. Inside the package you will get, there's a card, and on the card itself you will get the link to the, it's quite hard to cover it, the link to the tutorial video, okay, it's up here. Along with that you get the cards, okay? The cards that you will require to perform the routine. You get 4 of them. Now these 4 cards are obviously professionally made cards, and they come in Phoenix back design. Okay, so red Phoenix back design. If you do wish to perform the routine using your own back design, bicycles or whatever, Luke takes you through quite simply how to make your own cards, all right? Which is exactly what I've done actually. Over here, these are just Aladdin's, and I've made up the cards necessary for the routine, and they now reside inside this deck. And the reason why I use Aladdin's is because I intend to perform this routine in casual settings, under casual settings for friends and family members, for a start at least. And this is the brand that is the most recognizable in Singapore. On top of that, making your own cards for use with this routine offers you certain features which the printed, professionally made ones do not. Okay, there's a certain feature that makes the handling of the whole routine easier, I think, for me at least. There's a tactile kind of a way of ensuring that the outcomes turn out exactly the way you want to each and every single round. So there's no fear of making any mistakes or anything like that. Now, while this is actually a blackjack themed routine, as Luke discusses on the tutorial video, it has its roots in the 10-card poker deal. Right, the 10-card poker deal, classic of card magic. It's a poker game played with just 10 cards and your spectator, and you choose cards one at a time, and you show them that you're able to win or lose on command. Over the years, over the decades, I think many big names in Magic have left their mark on this particular routine. We've got ideas or routines put up by Di Vernon, Ed Marlowe, Harry Lorraine, Carl Fulvers. I think Simon Aronson has got work on this. Phil Goldstein, Michael Weber, Darwin Ortiz as well has got a routine. Mexican Poker, I believe it's called. It's quite a convincing routine. I think it's very fair as well. But one routine I really enjoyed, and I did perform at one point in time, was a routine by Ernest Eric. That was in his book By Forces Unseen. The routine is called Double Damned, actually. I think it's on page 141 or something like that. In that routine, actually, I purposely dug out this, which I prepared for myself to perform that particular routine from Ernest Eric's book. It's called the Never Lose Miracle Poker Challenge. All right, so it's an interesting set of instructions. I wrote my own because I wanted to make it more suited to for my local context. But basically, the routine is a 10-card poker deal, but the spectator reads the instructions for the whole trick. They do the whole trick themselves, and yet it is seen that even though under those fair circumstances, I am still able to win the poker game. So that is one version which I really enjoyed performing. So step forward, Luke explains exactly why he developed this blackjack routine. I think the thinking is very sound. I mean, it's Luke Jermay. That being said, the routine, when I first watched the trailer, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. Okay, and here's the reason why. This kind of very challenging kind of presentational style, very, antagonizing, aggressive kind of style, like me versus you and you keep losing. Well, this kind of style of performing, I think many of us would agree, popularized by Darren Brown on many of his TV specials and many of his performances and his presentations for routines. He does use this kind of presentational hook, to create the whole routine itself. Obviously, at one point in time, I tried to do this kind of thing, and I realized very quickly that I couldn't pull off this kind of performing style at all. Quick story, but sometime in 2011, I think, there was a product released called Mosaics Decisions, put up by Alakazam Magic. At that point in time, I'm sure many of us got that set of cards in the hope that we can replicate the routine that Darren Brown performed on one of his specials with Stephen Merchant, right? The yes/no trick. So I got the cards, I tried to perform it exactly like that, and I quickly realized that maybe it's a culture thing. People here just didn't care for that kind of thing. If they kept losing, they didn't feel good. They lost interest very, very quickly. As time moved on, I realized that I'm the kind of performer that I like to perform for the audience and with the audience and not against the audience. So over the years, I've tried to steer away from such presentations which involve me versus the spectator. Now, obviously, Luke Jermay, Darren Brown, very skilled performers. They can even put money on the table and make that kind of engagement very interesting and theatrical. It's just something that I cannot pull off, and it's not for me. All right. So that being said, I took the plunge. I got the product anyway, and then I realized that this isn't exactly that routine that you watch in the trailer. It is actually a tool. It is a tool for you to create your own routines, because there is a lot of flexibility in this. And I realized that this kind of a tool is best used by me, in my case at least. I can use it to apply to other things. For example, the decisions cards, right? The yes/no cards. Instead of using them in a very challenging guess this, whether you guess if it's a yes or a no and you're always going to get it wrong, you can use it to maybe select an audience member or something like that. Use it to create something else. All right. So in this case, it can also be used like that. So while my brain was spinning with ideas how I could do it, how I could perform it so that it is more consistent with my character and my interests as a performer, I watched towards the end of the video, and then Luke performs the routine that made the whole release worth it for me. There was a routine in there that he performs with a pendulum. And that is the version that I will definitely be performing I'll definitely be adding this to my repertoire from now on, because basically it is a routine where you teach a spectator how to use a pendulum, then time and time again they are able to kind of sense or detect which is the winning blackjack hand, and they do it repeatedly again and again. Alright, so this is the kind of routine I like. The power is given to the spectator. It's all about their experience, and it moves it away from the very, you know, I keep winning and you keep losing kind of a presentation. So all in all, I think it's a product that I enjoyed. I think it's great that I got this. If only for that final routine, the pendulum, I think it's worth the money for me personally already, because just to watch Luke talk about the product, share his thoughts, his ideas on structuring the routine, it's worth it for me. I enjoy listening to him talk about mentalism, basically. Alright, so I picked my copy up from Cassidy at The Fundamentals. So if you're interested to pick up a copy, you can approach him. The links are in the description box down below. As always, if you like to watch more videos in future, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, let me know that you're enjoying these videos, and I'll try to put out more videos in future. If you have any other products you'd like me to talk about, do let me know as well in the comment section down below. As always, till next time, take care, stay safe, and I will see you again really soon.